This is turning into a therapy session. That was deep.
Have you ever tried to crochet with no pattern, no plan, and no idea what you're going to end up with? I definitely haven't, but today is the day that changes because we are trying Freeform Crochet. I don't generally follow patterns unless I'm doing a pattern test because I quite enjoy freehanding my projects, but that still usually involves a lot of maths, planning, counting stitches, and quite a bit of frogging. I am the type of crocheter who counts every single stitch that I do, even if I don't really need to. I want to finish every row, every round, knowing that I have the right amount of stitches. So this is going to be very out of my comfort zone today, but I am excited to be creative with no rules and no counting. I saw Amazing-ish Grace trying Freeform Crochet a few months ago, and it's been on my list of things to try ever since. I see it all over Pinterest, and my friend Crochet by Jessie recently gave it a go too, so I figured now is the time to finally do this. So we are just going to jump straight into it. I have no idea what we're going to end up with, but we will go on this journey together, and hopefully we'll have something good by the end of the video.
Okay, I've gathered a few yarns together that I'm going to use. So I've got these two red shades, got some orange, this beige, it's called parchment. My only real inspiration is what I've seen on Pinterest. I really like the ones that kind of look like a splat. I'll put some pictures up because that's a terrible explanation if you haven't seen what I'm talking about. So that's kind of the inspo, but again, the whole point really is to not have a plan. So I'm trying not to have too much expectation in my mind. I'm just going to start with this red colour. I think I'm going to start with a magic circle and go from there. Some single crochets. I'm going to do 8. I know I'm not supposed to be counting, but that's just like a solid starting number for a magic circle, I feel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Close that. And then I guess I'm going to start increasing, and I will add some like branches off to hopefully start a kind of splatter shape, but no plans really with that. Obviously, that's the whole point, Laura. Keep up, love, come on. So, and obviously I'll have to put some increases in so that this lays flat. Can I use a stitch marker? Is that cheating? I really want to use a stitch marker, guys. Technically, if there's no rules, then that means there's no rule against using a stitch marker. So I'm going to use a stitch marker. I love a loophole. Maybe this is kind of against the point, but I do just want to kind of know where my round started. Sue me. So I'm going to chain a bit here to start creating a branch off the main circle. I don't know if that makes any sense. Hopefully you will see what I mean. Let's see. That looks fine. Hopefully. Do another branch and go back down that. Do you know what I hate though? I hate crocheting into like the other side of a chain that you've already worked into, and I feel like I'm going to have to do quite a bit of that as I add these bits on, which is irritating, but there we are. Let's keep going back round to where we started. I've only done single crochets so far, so I guess we will switch that up soon. Maybe. See how adventurous I'm feeling. We've made it back, and I think, should I change colour here? I mean, we really are going to have to trust the process with this project, okay? And I'm trusting you guys to stick with me here. Please don't leave me doing this on my own. That would be really cruel. I'm going to switch to the parchment colour, if I can find the end. There she is. And just go round again and maybe add in another branch off. I think that's kind of the best move from here. I will cut out the really boring bits of me just going around, I promise. Where's the stitch? Oh, we're on. See, now I'm having to go into this other side of a chain, which is so boring and I hate it. Increase around the top. I'm struggling not to count, I'm going to be really honest with you. My brain just naturally does it, but it's fine because I've got no goal number to count to, so I can count all I like and I'm not going to end up anywhere, am I? Because I don't know how many stitches I'm supposed to have. Does anyone else's brain just do that? I just count constantly. Like if I'm walking, my brain is counting the steps I'm taking. I just count. Maybe that's like a diagnosable thing, but oh well. It's not like distressed counting, it's calming counting, you know? In videos in the past where I've tried things like this. I do get comments saying like, can you show us more of you actually doing it? But I just feel like it's just me like hunched over. And then when I get locked in, I forget to talk. So then I cut it out because it's just boring. But let me know, like, should I be just putting music over footage of me crocheting? I can't imagine anyone would be interested in watching that, but you guys let me know. I'm open to criticism always, as long as you're nice about it, or I might cry. Oh, guys, also, how could I forget? I hit 10k on here yesterday, and then today I've hit 11k, which is so crazy. I cannot thank you enough. I'm so just like overwhelmed with it. I had a short get a lot of views all of a sudden, which really helped push me over the line. I'm just so unbelievably grateful. I also got monetized on here last week. I can't thank you guys enough for your support, because it really does it helps me out a lot. Just so exciting, and I'm so grateful. So thank you so much for all the insane support. It does not go unnoticed. Okay, back into the chain. I just think it looks so holy when you go into both sides of a chain, do you know what I mean? And I think there probably is a better way to do it, but I am not currently bothered about researching that, so we're just going to live with it. I kind of hate crocheting with this light on me as well, because I feel like I'm getting eye strain. And I recently went to the optician about eye strain too. And I got new glasses, guys, but I always find it weird adjusting to new glasses. Like, I find it hard to adjust to being able to see clearly. It's like I get overstimulated by having good vision. Okay, we're adding a branch, just so you know, keeping you guys in the loop. But yeah, I feel like when I can see too clearly, it freaks me out a little bit. Sorry for yapping about completely irrelevant things also. Okay, we've done another round. It's looking so good, guys. My creativity knows no bounds, actually. Should I do another colour change? It feels like I should use different stitches, but it's just all throwing me off a little bit. Okay, I am going to change colour again. I feel like I'm better at being creative within set boundaries. Set me free and I'm a bit like overwhelmed by all the options, you know? Okay, we're going to switch to this burgundy colour, and I'm going to do another round and add another branch whilst I figure out what else I could do further down the line. I also get so many comments about my voice and my accent constantly, and it's just so interesting to me because it's just not something anyone has ever said to me in real life. But yeah, people say that they found my voice soothing or they like my accent. I had one yesterday that said I sound like Keira Knightley, which I completely disagree with, but I will take the compliment. I'm also wondering if people usually do this with cotton. I'm trying to remember what I've seen before. Maybe they do, mayhaps. Oh, I was meant to do a branch. Okay, let's go back. It's fine. I was going to do a branch like here. I just can't see how this is going to end up looking good at all. But we shall trust the process, I suppose. I will say it is nice, and there is something quite relaxing about just doing what you feel like, not having a plan and not having to count every stitch. Like, it is nice. I also haven't cut any of the previous yarn. I should do that, and there's going to be so many ends to weave in on this. But I might actually just not do it. No rules, guys, remember, which means I don't have to weave in my ends. Maybe I do like this. I feel like you could make such a cool project like this that looked like a body heat scan. I hope you guys know what I mean. I'm going to find a picture. If you arranged the colours right and kind of did it in the shape of a body, that would be so cool. I feel like someone's probably done that. But if not, no one steal my idea. Okay? You will be hearing from my lawyers if you steal that. Okay. Here's what we have. I'm really trying to trust the process that just like the more I keep going, the better it'll look, because I think at the minute it's like I'm looking too closely at the details and I don't like them. I don't know whether to just keep going with this process of adding more rounds, adding more branches, and just go for the splat look, or whether to try adding different stitches, different textures. This is why I need to be doing this, I think, more often probably, because I get so caught up in like, oh, well, what if I try that and it doesn't look good? It's like, well, then you can just frog it, or it's not the end of the world. But I do get really caught up on that. Like, I get a bit scared to just try something in case I fail. This is turning into a therapy session. That was deep. But yeah, I do. Just tapping into my innate fear of failure for a sec. I just caught myself in my head being like, but what if it looks bad? And then I realised what I'm worrying about is trying a puff stitch on a freeform crochet project that doesn't matter. So that's my wake-up call for the day, and I'm going to be trying the puff stitch now. Okay. Do I mean puff stitch? No, I think I mean clusters. I get mixed up with like clusters, puff stitch, bobble stitch. I'm trying to think, what is the difference? Puff stitch is like where you pull all the strands up. And what's bobble stitch? Someone let me know in the comments, thank you, because I can't bother to Google it. I've done both before, I just can't remember now. I'm going to do clusters because I have puff stitch trauma personally. I did too many puff stitches when I started crocheting, and now I can't come back from it. It's fine, Laura, you're just winging it. It doesn't have to be perfect. I highly recommend Freeform Crochet, guys. You will learn a lot about yourself. It's kind of a form of therapy. You'll learn about yourself for sure. Also, please let me know what your current whips are in the comments. I'd love to know. I've been working on a cardigan, but it is taking forever because I'm using 3-ply yarn. So there's that. But I've done the front 2 panels and I'm working on the back panel now, but that's the one that's taking forever because it's 112 rows and each row is 101 stitches, so you know, it's taking a little while. What is that, like 11,000 stitches? Have I really messed that maths up? No, that is, yeah, it's over 11,000 stitches. So remind me never to do that sort of maths again, because that's really daunting. I'm like halfway through the back panel though, so progress is being made. I don't think this is going to lie flat, so I'm not sure I have been doing enough increases. What can you do? Sorry. Okay, so I've done this round and I'm going to now do some clusters, I think. I'm not a huge fan of this yarn, it's splitting a lot. Okay, this kind of works. I might be a creative genius actually, guys. See, this is going to improve my confidence too. This really is such a great exercise in something. It's not even that obvious that I did clusters there, but I don't know, I kind of like it. Just do another branch. I don't want to go all the way around again in orange, I don't think. I might just go back to the first red actually, which I need to cut off because I never did that. Okay, but you see guys, I took a leap of faith with the clusters and I ended up liking it. So let this be a lesson. I'm not sure exactly what the lesson is, but let it be a lesson. It is curling up quite a bit. Yikes! Which isn't exactly what we want, really. I have seen people do bridges where you kind of like, for example, I could do a bridge across here and that would leave a hole there. I could try that. Should I try that? Let's try it. Let's go crazy. Let's just try it. I would just chain it across. How many chains do I need? 1 more. Does that work? Too few, too many? No, that's just right. I am feeling glad that I trusted the process though a little bit because I'm kind of starting to see the vision. Oh heck. What's gone on here? There we go. It's all getting a bit much. Okay, decrease, decrease, decrease. Sorry, you guys are only seeing the back as well, which is even more of a mess. Oh, we're at the clusters. Okay. How should we handle the clusters? It's still not gonna, this still isn't lying flat. Probably just needs blocking or something. Maybe that bridge was a bit long actually. I'm wondering if I could do some like spikes down here. You'll see what I mean, hopefully. Yeah, like that. Spiking down between the clusters. Here's an update, by the way, on what it's looking like. That bridge is definitely too long, so I'll maybe just throw some decreases in on that at the end. But these spikes are fun. Okay, now we continue and go around this orange branch that we added in last round into the chains. Sorry, I don't know why I have such a vendetta against going into a chain, but I just do. Okay, we finished another round. Here's what we are working with, guys. Okay. I'm so undecided on this. It's annoying me that it's curling so much, which is totally my fault, but I'm going to keep going back over this bridge because that's just a chain right now, and I think it needs some reinforcements and possibly a decrease or two. I'm just going to single crochet around the chain actually, because then I can just do however many it needs. Oh yeah, that worked better. What could we do next? I'm going to switch back to the parchment colour because it feels like that one little row there is not enough and it feels badly balanced. And my yarn is getting so tangled. I'm going to do some half doubles, I think, with this colour just to like get a bit of a thicker round. I really don't know what I'm doing, guys. If that wasn't blatantly obvious before. I'm literally just going to go around with half doubles with this, I think, and then see how I'm feeling after that. I'm putting in so many increases. Maybe I'm doing too many and I'm not doing anything that exciting on this round. I'm just literally going around it with half double crochets and desperately trying to think of what else I could do. I've been working on this for an hour. My three options are leaving it after this round, having a break to eat and then coming back to it, or just carrying on now. It's hard because I have no end goal for like how big I want this to be either, because I don't have any use for it in my head other than just like the process. The process is kind of the point, I think, for this, for me. I think maybe I am doing too many increases. I think that might actually be the problem. I was thinking like better safe than sorry, but it turns out sorry either way. Almost there, guys. This is the thing as well with projects like this, is that every round takes longer than the last. And I don't do well with that kind of thing. You see how much this is curling? See, this is the thing, like, you can say no rules, just have fun, but then you don't end up with a flat piece because I've not been thinking about the increases as much as I should have been. Can't have your cake and eat it too, guys. A lot of life lessons involved with freeform crochet. Okay, so that's that round. I don't hate it, honestly, guys, other than the obviously not laying flat. I don't know how to feel. I really don't. I don't know, this is reminding me of some kind of weird animal. That's as flat as I can get it, really, I think. What does this look like? It looks like a weirdly deformed horse or something. Elephant? But I just think I'm running out of creative juice with this a little bit, to be honest. I have no inspiration on where to go from here. I think if I was to do this again, I would probably, first of all, size up my hook a little bit because I didn't account for my tight tension, and I would just pay a little bit more attention to where I'm placing the increases and the decreases, because it's clear that I didn't get that right. I don't think anyone's going to argue with me on that. I'm going to go and eat and just reflect on this experience, and then I'll come back to you with my final thoughts.
Okay, I've had some time to reflect, and I think I felt a little bit frustrated by this because it didn't turn out being something functional or really pretty or perfect. And I am a bit of a perfectionist. But as a creative process, I think this is a really cool form of crochet. If you want to try something new, try new stitches, try new colour combinations, and you don't want there to be pressure of it becoming something perfect at the end, it's great, and you can just see what happens and let it happen. I'm just not great at that, and this is my first time trying to do that. But I do think this is a really good thing to try if you've never done it and you're used to just following patterns or really planning out what you're going to do beforehand. You will probably learn something about yourself, which I didn't expect. So I would say every crocheter should give this a go at some point. That's my takeaway. Here's what I made, and as much as I don't love it, I will treasure it because it is an expression of my creativity. Lots of unweaved ends, but that's fine. Won't be weaving those in. Let me know if you guys have ever tried Freeform Crochet, how you found it, or if you do give it a go, please let me know. I don't think it would be hard to come up with something better than I did. But again, guys, let's not compare. That's not what this is about. Okay, if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss my next upload. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching through to the end, and I will see you next time.